Here, welcome. Sorry for the delay. Give me 2 seconds. See, there's two people watching. What up, the king? Salute. About to start in like less than a minute. Give me a second. Just making sure I get everything. Yo,
Yo, what's good, fam? Oh, it's just us tonight.
yeah. Just had some
Oh,
people back out last minute, but it's all good.
oh man, nah. I wanted your boy here, man. The Drake fan. What's his name? K Dot.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hold on.
You know what? He probably didn't show up because he knew what was coming.
Give me 1 second, cause like I don't know what's going on with my Bluetooth thing. Hold on.
All right. Yo, Tony, what's good, fam?
All right, should be better now. Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot to kind of talk about. I was kind of looking forward to having a whole panel, but like everybody kind of had
Especially the
something to do
Drake,
last
especially the
minute.
Drake fans. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, since I'm late, get right into it. What up, Tony?
Yeah, I was running late my
See,
damn self, man, because I literally just got done with watching the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes early screening,
oh,
and I
lucky,
like
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah, and I rushed home because I was like, after the movie's over, you want to talk about it. I looked, I said, oh shit, I got live stream in like 20 minutes, man. So yeah, jumped in the car, rushed home, and then, like I got in the door just at 10:01. I was like, oh
No,
shit,
true.
I'm running late.
Yeah, and I feel it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna see that. See that tomorrow night in IMAX. So
IMAX. Oh yeah,
excited.
yeah, definitely watch it IMAX or Dolby. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first couple of things I want to kind of get out the way before we get into the actual discussion. Since this probably won't be a long episode anyway, since it's not a lot of people anyways, it's probably won't.
Right.
So, like I said, I got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes review tomorrow, and then The Blood of Zeus season two. Finally, after like 4 fucking years of waiting, getting the second season for that. So that's what I got going this weekend, pretty much. So
Is that on Netflix? Blood of Zeus.
yeah, it's like 8 episodes. That's like I'm rewatching it now. I'm just like, yeah, I forgot how fire this shit was. And I think it's
Okay.
a smaller, like animation studio or something like that. That's probably why it took so long for them to come out with season two. But it's a
Yeah.
really good one. Recommend it.
Okay.
The other movie news, we got our first look at David Cornsweet as Superman. People are going kind of crazy over this first look. I don't really, with these like first looks, I don't really be mind blown or anything like that because it's like I
Mhm.
still want to see it in motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, man, to copy the Rock, let him cook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
James Gunn is behind this. James Gunn has a good track record. He's got a good resume. Let the man cook. Okay, first image, yeah, I'm not blown away by it, but still, I'm not hating on it either. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
trust that the Man of Steel is in good hands, so just let the man cook.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like James Gunn's record speaks for itself. Like I feel like he hasn't missed so far. So and this is it's gonna be a big deal. I think this is gonna be his biggest movie to date, pretty much like with Superman. You know what I'm saying? Guardians he killed it
Right.
with. So I got a lot of high hopes for it, and I like that the suit is bright. None of the
Hmm.
colors look muted or anything like that. I want to just
Right.
kind of see the first trailer see how the actual full movie's gonna look like and whatnot. So
Yeah, and I'm rooting for it, man, because my first exposure to superheroes ever was Christopher Reeve. Like my earliest memory of watching anything superhero, anything was Christopher Reeve, Superman, Lou Ferrigno, Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm.
Superman's a big part of my life, big part of my childhood. But we haven't had a good Superman movie in over 10 years. You know, Man of Steel was what 2013. You know what I mean? And then before that, 1980, 81. You know, last two good Superman movies between. So
Right.
I'm really rooting for this one to do good. You know,
Yeah, and it's gonna be exciting too because it's gonna be there's a lot riding on this movie. Like it's DC's first like kind of rebooted movie, so it's got to do really well off the gate. You
right?
know what I'm saying? I think it would have helped if the Batman Part Two was also still coming out next year, but I understand it
Mm-hmm.
that like they want to put some more time on that, which I'm not knocking. Like put as much
Right,
time as you want into that movie, and I think that's what DC is kind of learning that we're not going to rush these movies out. Like how James Gunn said, like if there's not a script done or nothing like that,
right.
we're not going to even bother. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
stop, stop,
excited for this.
stop trying to be like Marvel. You know what I'm saying? That formula worked for Marvel for a little bit, but as you can see, that formula's kind of fizzled out now. So, yeah, take your sweet ass time and give us a quality product.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to this next summer. I think it's still shooting, so
Mm,
might see a teaser right around for like Comic Con, or I would just
right.
save it like a teaser for like the Joker or something like that. Have it play in front of the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
saying coming next summer, boom, boom, boom. Have this big epic. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering what that score is going to sound like, and
Yeah.
it's exciting though. So just to kind of get that out the way, so we can get into the main stuff that people
The
came here to talk
the
about and
meat,
whatnot.
the meat and potatoes.
So for those that don't know, there's this back and forth that's been going on between Drake and Kendrick. These are two artists that are all on the top of their game. They've been out for the last like 10 plus years. Drake is the person that puts out the most music. For Kendrick, he doesn't really, put as much music out. But when he does, he's always putting out something impactful. So I'm so glad that the internet exists because like people been keeping track exactly the dates. So here's
Mm-hmm.
like the whole timeline of just these whole events. So it started with first person shooter mode with Drake and Cole, where Cole's like mentioning the whole big three. And then
Mm-hmm.
we finally get into 2024 where Kendrick hops on this Metro and Future track, which nobody knew he was on there. It was a surprise, feature. And he drops the like that in the verse in there saying, he said, fuck the big three, it's just big me.
Hmm.
Which started this whole thing. It just became this whole thing that is kind of blossomed into right now and whatnot. And then we get 7 minute drill from Cole, which is eliminated because he decided to delete that and apologize 2 days later,
He
which
didn't
was
want the
just
smoke.
which was terrible. Which, if you want my thoughts on that and other people's thoughts on that, I made a video about that and also had a live stream. That was the previous episode. So now we're just waiting for like Drake at this point to kind of drop something. He drops the leak to push ups, which is like a completely different beat. It's not as polished. Some people were thinking it was AI at first. He didn't want to claim it till like days later, which is really weird. And then it officially comes out like 6 days later. Um, and then Drake decides to drop another track called Tailor Made, which is like him trying to attempt to do a back to back to Kendrick. But the weird thing about Tailor Made is he uses an AI version of Tupac and Snoop Dogg, which I can understand if you're trying to be creative, but just in a battle, it's really weird for you to be such a high profile artist and just decide to use AI. It's just fucking weird. where there's
Mm-hmm.
a good section of artists that are kind of just fighting against that. Like they don't want that stuff being used, and that's a whole nother thing for another time. And that just goes to show you what Drake represents. He represents the industry, that machine, where Kendrick is more of the artistry, the more traditional hip hop that people want
Mm-hmm.
to hear from and stuff like that. So that's another big thing, the big deal about this, because it sets the tone for the next like 10 years. What's like if Drake wins, this is what uh hip hop's gonna go. Like that's hip hop's future. Or like if Kendrick wins, this is how it's gonna. That's how I kind of looked at it in
Mm-hmm.
my head because like there's not gonna be another battle like this at this magnitude with like
Nah,
two artists at their prime. Like it's just not gonna happen again, probably. So
nah, nah. Yeah, and I've, you know what, I've heard a lot of battles over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like I go back a long way, man, and I've heard everything from LL Cool J versus Kumo D, MC Shan versus KRS-One. You know what I mean? Nas J, Pac Big. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many battle, man. You know, Dr. Dre, Easy E, and I
mhm.
gotta say, man, I gotta admit, this is probably the deepest battle I've ever seen, man. And like I agree with you that this is great for hip hop, man. This is what hip hop needed was some competition. I mean, even though it's competition, but dog, they go deep, man. They like
Yeah,
they go for the jugular, man. Like back in the day, it was more of yeah, my ride's fresher than yours. You know what I'm saying? I fuck more bitches than you, whatever, whatever. But they getting like personal to where motherfucker can get persecuted for shit that they're
yeah.
putting
Some
on wax right now.
allegations and stuff. We'll get into that as well too.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so like going down the timeline after Drake drops Push Ups and Taylor Made, everybody's like, "Oh shit, what's Kendrick gonna do? He's on the clock," which is fucking retarded because it's like
Yeah.
when when Kendrick dropped like that, it was like it wasn't until like 3 weeks later until Drake dropped Push Ups. So we were doing like why are we putting people on clocks and stuff? Like people could drop whenever they're ready. But this is
Mm-hmm.
where things get really crazy. As on a Tuesday, last Tuesday, which is kind of crazy to think about, Kendrick drops Euphoria, and it just sets off like a bomb, and just it's just crazy. It's like a six almost 7 minute track, him pretty much rebuttaling everything he said in push ups and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and just pretty much it was a track saying like, do you really want to go back and forth with me lyrically? When he's like switching up the beat like 3 times, switching up his flow as the beats are changing, and crazy punchlines, just a lot of quotables just off the rip. And
Right.
I just think that was just a really smart move, and that's that's why Kendrick was able to win this, because it's like the timing and just when certain things drop and the way he's able to capitalize in certain moments. Like as soon as Euphoria drops, he drops another one. That's the 616. That's pretty much kind of his tailor made, which that was a more interesting creative take than what Drake was doing. He said, like, I don't need to use AI. I'll just sound like you, do the timestamp, do the timestamp shit like you do, and then just kind of flip it and still kind of do it my way. And that was one of Taylor Swift's producers that made that beat on top of the sample that he used. Like that was Drake's uncle that was playing the I forget the shit though, but and then finally, let me see, let me get this off real quick. I'm gonna get back to
So basically, he's like, "I'll fuck you up
Blood
with
Cat.
your own style. Like I'll use your style and fuck you up with your own style." Yeah,
Yep.
that's heavy. Yeah.
And then finally Drake responds with Family Matters, which we knew he was coming back with. If you were paying attention to Euphoria, he literally told you exactly how this beef was gonna go. And Family Matters was strong. It was strong. There's some questionable bars in there, but it was strong. But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is, this is why I talk about the execution, is when after Drake drops, literally I caught this in real time. It was like it was probably like 15 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that. Kendrick drops Meet the Grams. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Just kills the complete all the steam that was coming from, you know what I'm saying? And then from that moment it was pretty much up. But then he started to and then he doubled down again and just dropped a banger with Not Like Us.
Yes, yeah.
And that was the end of it. But then okay, Drake comes back 2 days later with the Hard Part 6, which strong song, but he should have came out with that sooner.
That shit was
Like as
whack.
soon as as soon as he dropped Meet the Grams, that's where
Yeah.
you dropped the Hard Part 6.
Well,
You
Purp.
beat him at his own game, but now he was able to take all the steam away from what you got going on. Who's this?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard
What up,
somebody
Zach?
say that Kendrick already had like a whole bunch of songs already ready for Drake. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was able to drop them so quick because he already had these songs like recorded or some shit like that. I don't know how
These
true
were
that is.
still newer tracks, but he did like there were rumors that he already had like a diss track that he was holding on for like for
Right.
like 4 years or something like that.
Because I
What up,
heard
Zach?
they said he had like a whole album ready for Drake with this
Yeah, that's
song.
what it looked like.
Yeah.
What up, Zach? Welcome, welcome.
What's up, Purp?
No, what's good,
Still
fam? What's
Sean.
up, Zach? All right.
How you doing?
What is your thoughts on this crazy week in hip hop?
Exhausting. Felt like I was like drinking alcohol all weekend, and I had the longest hangover ever. Drained me, man, but it was exciting.
So you're caught up with all the events like and whatnot.
Mhm.
So you know, where did you stay before he dropped Meet the Grams? Where were you standing with like the Kendrick, and did you still have Kendrick up?
Oh, I had Kendrick off the first record.
That's how I felt. Like I was like, bro, he addressed everything and just gave you punchline after punchline and just
It might
quotables
be
after quotables.
hyperbole, but I think it's one of the greatest diss records of all time. Not the
Facts.
greatest, but one of them.
One of them. It belongs up there with Hit 'Em Up, No Vaseline, Ether, Meet the
Bitching
Grams.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It belongs up there with them.
Yeah, and it's just like, and people are just trying to figure out like, oh, how. And my thing is just like this whole back and forth, right? And just I call it the Drake delusion. That it's just like, how can people hear these tracks and still think that Drake was up? Like Drake is he's spitting, but he's just like he's not. I'll tell you exactly. Like in this whole back and forth, Drake is pretty much Meek Mills in this situation, where the roles are pretty much like reversed. Where like Meek didn't put out bad diss tracks, but it's just that Drake was able to capitalize off the momentum very quickly. So then it's just like you already have that. What am I looking for? You already have won over the audience and stuff. It's just like a battle rap, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't and people keep like bringing up these allegations. I was like, in most battle raps, most of the shit that they say is fake. It's just like what is the crowd believing? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You
What the
still don't know
crowd
if
like
Jay-Z
reacts to.
was 36 in a karate class. That never got answered. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just like you could have like Drake could have give like if that's true, if that was true that like, oh, he fed him fake information, that should blow up in his face. Because now it's just like you hear Not Like Us on ESPN or some shit like that on television. I just heard it on the radio earlier.
Yeah.
So
But you know what? I'll say this though. So I
Mhm.
listened to those tracks like by myself, right? That I want to listen to somebody with somebody young. So I had my son on there, right? So me and my son, we listened to Family Matters first, and we listened to what was the follow up to Family Matters? Meet the Grams, and then
yeah.
so forth. So I think what's going on is that Drake, even though lyrically he can't fuck with Kendrick as far as like so-called battle rapping, but the man does make good songs. You know what I'm saying? Like his strength is that he makes good songs. Because when I listen to it with my son, he says, okay, yeah, Kendrick, yeah, he's good with like words and stuff, but I like the Drake song better because he liked the beat. And I guess he liked Drake's flow, you know what I'm saying? So Drake will make a better song, but Kendrick will kill him lyrically. And I'll give you a quick example. if y'all old enough to remember the LL Cool J Kumo D beef, right?
Oh, Kumo D.
So people believe that LL won when he dropped "Mama Said Knock You Out." That was the diss track to Kumo D, and "Mama Said Knock You Out" is like one of the greatest hip hop songs ever. But then Kumo D had a follow up that people don't know about, and matter of fact, it appeared at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street 5. If you look through the credits, that was a song, and he demolished LL on that track, man. But because Mama Said Knock You Out was such a fucking hit, nobody cared that Kumo D came back, and nobody gave a shit. But if you listen to those tracks, you're like, man, Kumo D did win that. So I think that's what's kind of going on right now. Why it seems like it's closer than what it is, because Drake does put out good songs.
Yeah, like I said, the same thing happened with Meek. Like when Meek dropped War Pains, like that was a great, like, you know what I'm saying, probably like the best, honestly, out of the whole, even better than the back to back to me. But it's like the damage has already been done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are already making their memes, and you know what I'm saying, and Drake trying to do the same thing with Kendrick, but Kendrick was already kind of waiting for this. That, like I said, it didn't matter what he was going to talk about. He's going to flip whatever and just going to show. The whole point of this whole back and forth is to show Drake, like, look, I can out rap you, bro. You cannot rap with me. Right. Doesn't matter if this is real or this is I'll take whatever and just use that against you, just to show the world that you cannot hang with me. That I am. That is just big me. Like.
Yeah, like
the big difference between Meek and Kendrick is that at the time, we all know, this is documented, that Meek was an alcoholic. He wasn't in the right space to popping the perks and all that stuff like that. He was doing things that was hurting him mentally. So that, and also Drake was doing this thing where it's like, where are you? Where are you? Why are you responding to me? When he was on tour, he also was not fast to respond. And then the record he dropped wasn't that great. It was rushed. So that didn't help Meek at all. So then obviously he later on dropped another record, but at that point it just looked really bad. I think with Kendrick is a superior rap like lyricist to Meek Mill. Mm-hmm. He has different flows, different entendres. He like attacked Drake character in a way that no one's done so far. And I just think that he was more ready. He's been preparing for this beef with Drake for a while Meek Mill was just talking out of his mouth on Twitter, and he started a beef, and he wasn't prepared.
Because if Meek was in the right mind, like he would definitely go back and forth with, like, he would have definitely better gave Drake a better battle, because it's like, if growing up, you already know, like, you know, Meek was known for being a spitter and stuff, and that's why it was so disappointing for some people to see how he went out and stuff. Like,
you know. Meek now would put up a better fight. It'd probably be a slaughter, honestly.
Yo, what's that word you used earlier? Tundra? What was that word? Tundra. What the hell does that mean?
Double entendres.
Oh, entendre.
Entendre,
when you say one thing, but it also means something else.
Shit, okay, let me write. I just learned something. I'm trying to improve my vocabulary, man.
That's why Drake said, "You better come with a quadruple entendre," and it's crazy because
there's a lot of
them. Kendrick did.
Damn.
And you know
what? Even with the Euphoria track and how, like, there's so many double meanings, like the whole Kids in High School show, and when he's an executive producer on there, and like you go to 616, that's like the same day that like Euphoria premiered and stuff, like, and it's also
thing, and
it's crazy. It goes deep.
There's a small line that people ignore that's so hard on Euphoria. Everybody thinks they're a demon until you get chipped by a throwaway, right? Feels like a filler bar, feels like, oh, you're just talking tough. It's a double entendre, because in Drake push-ups, he was talking about how he's a demon. Don't wake the demon up. But the whole point of what Kendrick is saying is, like, you want to be Future, you want to be these guys so badly, and Future's name is Demon, spelled differently, and he has a song called Throwaway about getting chipped. So he put that all together in a really smart way that, like, if you don't realize it, it just goes over your head. And that's it. But there's so many bars in that record that's just it's just crazy.
Yeah, because Drake comes back with Family Matters. You know, and the problem with Family Matters is, like, you're going back at Ross and stuff. You're giving them your hardest bars. You're not giving Kendrick your hardest shit. You know what I'm saying? All you're talking about. Right. And it's like, And it's like, and you still don't got no smoke for Pusha neither. You didn't mention his name.
Oh, he don't
want to. He don't want to say his name at all.
He said Pusha T. He wasn't trying to push the T again.
Damn.
But this has been like just a great back and forth, and just and he's also Kendrick's also beating him in the views and the and just his approach too, saying like he's getting rid of all the copyright shit so people are able to make as much money off this shit as they want. And then to even make it worse after Not Like Us drops, Metro, he's in some hot water right now, but him dropping a free track called BBL Drizzy and letting other people rap over that shit is smart as fuck.
Now he's just getting dissed by random people.
Yeah, that shit was that shit was smart. But now like people are pulling up like old Metro tweets and stuff like that. It's like, bro, you want some, freaky nigga shit right now. Like,
I was looking into it, and he was 15 when he was tweeting all that stuff.
It makes sense because like I don't know how old Metro is right now, but
yeah, he's a pretty young guy. It was 2012, so that was a long time ago. He was 15, so it's not like he was like Drake was 25 when he was kissing that 70-year-old on stage.
Just weird as hell.
I know it's wrong, but it feels right. Like, bro, come on, bro. Even if you're not in a... So I want to break down Drake real quick in this whole battle. Like, I already had only a tiny bit of respect for him after the whole finding out he had ghostwriters. Because I used to be a big Drake fan. Like, up until Views, that was my guy. And then after Views and then More Life came out, I was like, oh, this is trash. And it just kept being trash and trash and trash. He just keep
qualities were going down.
Yeah, like he putting out 30 songs an album, 2-3 of them are good, and then everything else is he was 69 guy. Everything else was just butt, and he's just playing for the streams. There's no soul in a lot of stuff anymore, right? So I had a little bit of respect for him only because he would do like the 5 a.m. Toronto's, the 6 p.m.s in Calabasas. Okay, the timestamp joints. But listening to this back and forth, I can tell he did not listen to any of the records he was responding to. He was reading Cliff Notes off of Twitter because
academics off of academics.
Academics like, yo, he said this. You know why? Because that last record where he waved the white flag, like Kendrick dropped so many records, Drake sounded tired. Like he's like, I'm exhausted, bro. I can't do this. I can't keep up with you.
Yeah, tomorrow on the last one he dropped, right? Tomorrow the last one he dropped. Yeah. I got that vibe too. Yeah, I got that vibe too.
But where I lost respect is that this whole time, right? I want to focus. This is the whole MJ thing, right? He kept coming to himself to an MJ. He's wearing it as like an honor thing. He just keeps talking about new MJ. I'm tired of MJ. I'm past MJ. Oh, I'm the greatest all time, like MJ. And when the MJ comparison was helping him make money, it was cool. As soon as Kendrick started making the comparisons to make him not look cool, and like Kendrick never disrespected MJ, right? He could have easily disrespected MJ and like, well, you fiddling kids like MJ. A lot of the black community doesn't think MJ did that shit. So Kendrick didn't do that. Drake's dumbass on Family Matters goes and tries to now disrespect MJ. So, maybe you are really like MJ because you're trying to. He changed his face to meet with the white people, and you're doing that. Whoa.
Ooh, yeah,
you lost me. You lost me on that because now when Kendrick is changing the narrative and doesn't fit you anymore for the money, now you want to talk about your prince. Get the hell up out of here with that.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was a proud black man.
Mm-hmm.
He never wanted to be white. This is a condition that he had.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff he did to his face was because of what his father did to him when he was young. So for you to come out of here and now disrespect him because Kendrick made him feel like he was not cool anymore, it just that turned me off to the whole song. I was like, this is just trash. I don't care about what you're saying right now.
Or even the line where he's saying like, "Oh, you rapping like you trying to free the slaves." He was like, "What you mean by that?"
Yeah.
I turned that shit off. I paused.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, brother. I don't know. I said, brother, I don't know what you're trying to say right now, but I don't want to go there either way.
You don't even deserve a brother. He don't.
Like read the room, bro. Like,
but let me tell you something. DMX warned us about this nigga a long time ago, man. X been warned us about him. You know, and when the OGs speak, listen. You know, do you like? I don't like anything about Drake. I don't like the way he dressed. I don't like his voice. I don't like his.
That's what I like about Euphoria, because it's like if you're not caught up with all these different events and stuff, even the Pusha T shit, like he gives you the greatest recap of everything. Like it's
really
pretty much like a recap.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? He even brings back the Pusha T joint, so it's just like repurposing it, just like repackaging it and just saying it in a different way.
Well, dog,
also how Drake didn't listen to the records is the whole like. So he accused him of the pedophile stuff, right? Mm-hmm. He never said names, and for whatever reason, Drake decided to bring up Millie Bobby Brown. No, Kendrick never even alluded to her. Mm-hmm. He ain't say nothing about you be into Stranger Things. Oh, I see you be dealing with 11s. He didn't say nothing like that.
Right.
Why did you, in your defense record, because it wasn't a diss record, it was a defense record, you bringing up Millie Bobby Brown? Nobody. This is because he's not listening to the records. He's looking at Twitter, and people are bringing up instances of him with Millie Bobby Brown, Billie Eilish, Georgia Smith, and all these other young girls that he's done weird shit with. And I was like, how do you defend yourself from pedo accusations by saying I'm too rich to be one? What are you talking about, my guy? You lost. You lost.
Yeah, just the delivery. Like, even though like it's a smart move, the hard part 6, and I said he should have dropped that sooner. As soon as like Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams, boom, you drop the hard part 6 to kind of, you know what I'm saying, but you still got that Kendrick still got that banger. And if he would have dropped that and probably like Family Matters later or something like that, it would probably really hit a little bit differently, but he just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
He should have rapped with Kendrick a lot earlier. I was expecting a 5 a.m. Toronto kind of record from him where I went back to listen to that record. I was like, if he was directing bars like this towards Kendrick, we would be having a different conversation.
But I still think he would get smoked, but like, yeah, it would have definitely been an interest. It would definitely be an interesting kind of back and forth. But the moral of the story is, the moral of the story is it's just like Kendrick showed, like, no, I'm the top guy. Like, I'm number one. You could be too.
I can't even give him two.
You can't fuck with me, man. That's basically it.
And people losing their mind off of this whole allegation. Like, Kendrick lied. It's like, bro, they both of them don't have any proof on, like, but it's just more so the stuff
rap,
that
people. It's battle rap. This truth is gonna be stretched. God damn.
Yeah. It's all about execute. It's all about execution at the end of the day. But since I got you here, Zach, we're gonna kind of backtrack on something.
Okay.
Want to know your thoughts on this?
I just finished a live stream talking about this and breaking.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on this?
So what part? Like, what do you want to know? How I feel about it? Like,
just overall, like, do you think this was a good idea to just be like, oh, this is the first image? Like,
oh no, I think it's trash. It's a terrible first look.
Okay.
Ooh. Ouch.
Garbage.
Ouch.
I can see why, because some people, like, I seen somebody be like, oh, this looks like AI generated and stuff like that.
Definitely does.
I'm not sure if this is going to be a part of the actual movie. It's just like something put out there, just
camera. So
I don't know what that means, but
meaning that it's not like a poster. You know how posters is like art or whatever. They take pieces.
Yeah.
This is a scene from the movie that was in camera that they filmed, and they took a still.
Okay, yeah, because it's like, okay, we see Goku and Vegeta fighting in the background. That's a whole, you know what I'm saying? So, but I what I like about this is I like that the suit is very bright. We can actually see the colors, and it seems like he got the shorts. But I do agree, like, they could have done something, make it see. But I guess that's the point. They wanted to kind of show something different. I think that they could have definitely set it up better, or just
I think if you didn't try to clean up Superman's image, like Superman was criticized in the Zack Snyderverse for being too, broody and doesn't have personalities, too serious, and as Superman's like, he's an overgrown Boy Scout. He's truth, justice, in the American way. He's Scott Summers and fucking Captain America, okay, but on a larger scale. So I think with the first image, they should have exuded that, like, okay, show that he's, fights for truth, justice, in the American way, take us back to the Superman that we know. As with this, it's just like, man, Either I'm putting this shit on, I'm taking this shit off. I don't feel like doing this shit today. That's what the
That's what
picture
a lot of
pretty
people.
much says.
A lot of people gets that thought like but like that's like I said, I don't know the whole context of like this might end up getting cut from the actual whole movie. It's just kind of like, all right, we shot XYZ and here's what we could kind of show you type of thing.
So I have two theories.
Go ahead.
I talked about this on my stream when I broke down the picture and I talked about the references and what that being back there could be. So my first theory, the reason why we got this really weird first look at this is that there was a rumor a couple weeks ago where they're going to be filming in a location that James Gunn and DC can't control because it's going to be more outside. And I think that they started filming there and paparazzi are probably taking pictures. And we're about to start seeing set photos soon that they are not in control of. And I think he wanted to get a picture out there to like, this is our reveal. Because a lot of times DC EU shit was getting revealed before they wanted to get revealed. Like the first look at the Suicide Squad wasn't great.
Blue Beetle. There's a couple of different things that they were not in control of that they wish they were. And I think that he's trying to get ahead of these things. So now in next week, if we see photos of him on set in the suit, don't be surprised, right? So I think that that's part of why this kind of rush kind of thing. Yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think the second thing I have,
that's what happened with the Batman. Also, remember they leaked some pictures from the Batman where it was clearly the stunt double, but you're like, what the hell kind of?
And then they dropped that dope ass trailer, and everybody forgot about it.
Right.
But I think this so like I don't like this as a first look, but I think narratively it's great, right? Like this is a Superman who just had a long day, obviously by a dirty shirt, and his face is dirty, and he looked like he had a battle already, right? So he looks outside and he sees, oh shit, there's something else happening. Let me put my boot back on. And it's kind of like Superman is just like me and you. He puts his boot on one foot at a time. I think he's trying to humanize the character in a way that Superman and Lois, the TV show, does, or My Adventures with Superman, Smallville. I get what he's trying to do there. I just don't think that's the right first image. You do that in the movie, not when you're promoting the film.
I can agree with that.
My thesis, because that when I was doing my research, those beings back there might be two characters from All Star Superman, because this movie is supposed to be heavily inspired by it. So there's Solaris and there's Sun Eater. Sun Eater is one of Superman's pets that literally could just eat the sun, and Solaris is like a AI robot version of him, and it might be them colliding because they when Solaris comes to destroy Earth, Sun Eater comes to help Superman, and they collide. And that's kind of, Lex Luthor's involved. He helps Solaris come to Earth. So I can see James Gunn is good at making aliens and doing weird characters. I can see him doing those two weird things. And this might be an after credit scene. This might be a scene in the movie where he finished fighting a Lex bot. And then this is Lex's other plan, but Sun Eater is the one that comes to help him. And he has to go out there.
Because this is going to be a more established Superman. We're not going to origin shit, so it's going to be interesting. And I predict that we're going to get like a full. I don't know if Comic-Con's still a thing.
It is, but DC's not showing up.
Yeah, so like I think a smart way to kind of show off their first teaser is in front of the Joker too. I think that'd be or whatever the next like Warner Brothers thing is, because I think they'll show
Joker 2 coming out
October.
I really think the first teaser trailer is going to come out in front of Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's smart too. That's very smart too.
Superman.
Yeah, it's a superhero film, and also it's going to be it's probably the movie with the biggest eyes this year. I can't really see anything having more. Like since Doom Part 2 is bowing out at like 700 million, I think Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be the biggest movie of the year box office wise. So you put that
either that or Despicable Me 4.
That's $1 billion franchise. So they're competing, and it may be Joker 2, right? But I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine has the possibility to make more money than both of them, especially if he's actually good.
Right.
Okay, so that would make sense. Yeah.
And then you do the official trailer in front of Joker. That's how you double back. You July, and then you wait till October, and then you do the final trailer somewhere next year.
Yeah, I can see that, because you don't want to like go too crazy with the promotion like around the gate, because it's still like a year out the way and stuff. But like a Deadpool showing off a teaser, I think that'd be perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, because it's coming out in July, I'd be like, okay, a year from now they have it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, shoot,
Next year.
that takes it back to when Age of Ultron dropped. I remember they dropped the teaser for Batman v Superman, and even though you can think what you want about that movie, but it did great numbers because of that exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm excited for like a new Superman because it's about time, you know, that we just kind of go OD with the Superman content. It's about time. Like, you know, I'm a little over all the Spider-Man content, even though it's good. It's just like, damn, it's just like how do we still struggle to make some Superman content? Like, we got the cartoon going, that's going strong. Let's get some movies going.
Yeah, we got
You know
Superman Lois, which is ending this year.
Yeah, so let's get to like that. Let's get Superman back in these households and stuff like that. And you know, Batman's always going to be as big as it's going to be. You know, I'm just excited to see like, you know, Creatures, Commandos. Like we're going to get that next year as well. I'm still curious to see how that's going to play. That's it this year, like end of this year.
I think it's in the fall.
Interesting. And like what, Peacemaker and Waller's coming out next year too.
No, he said that's because he said that's after Superman because he's finishing that up. He just started writing the scripts for Waller and Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, I was just telling Rashad earlier. I was like, it sucks that we're not getting the Batman part 2, but at the same time, I'm okay with them just putting more time into it, like as much time.
Take your time. Even I heard the Lanterns got delayed too, right? Wasn't he supposed to be doing the Lanterns and something happened with the screenwriters where they got to rewrite the scripts or whatever?
I'm confused about that because I heard it got scrapped.
Yes, well, yeah, it got scrapped, yeah.
Which I'm okay with because I don't want them to debut in a show. I feel like Lantern is one of the 7 and he should debut in a movie.
I had a theory on how they were going to do that though. Like you'll have multiple Lanterns in the show, and then like by the end of the first season, whatever, that's the main Lantern again. That leads into like a big crossover movie or something like that.
Yeah, the pitch, he said it was supposed to be Hal and John in a buddy cop adventure film. Or show, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'd have been down with that. But if they decided to go a different route and be like, all right, we're just going to repurpose this as a movie, then I'm not mad at that either.
Give me a 2 hours and 20 minute of the same kind of concept. Just cut out the filler.
Yeah. Yeah, Green Lantern hasn't got much love, has he?
A lot of characters. That's what I'm saying. Like the biggest ones, like, you know what I'm saying, are like Spider-Man and Batman. Like we get the most content out of those.
Yeah.
Look, as a Hulk fan, I'm still waiting for the Hulk to get treated right, man. I'm waiting for that World War Hulk or, you know, Planet Hulk or whatever.
Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it.
You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to fight Universal. They don't want to make the movie.
Damn, but I thought Marvel got the rights back though. I thought they they got the deal where they got the rights back to the Hulk.
No,
I can see
Universal still has Namor and Hulk.
I could see them trying to do a workaround and just do something animated because it seems like Marvel is going to eventually go all in on animation and stuff, like just based on 97 how that's going. Like them talking about, oh, let's do a Spider-Man series. I could definitely see them doing that.
Yeah, Spider-Man 97, yeah.
Because right now DC animation is down right now, so it's like that's perfect time. That's perfect time to like kind of, you know, take advantage of that void and whatnot.
I can't believe they fumbled DC animation.
Yeah, I was done after Apocalypse War. I was done after Apocalypse War. That was the best one.
The Apocalypse War. What's the last one that came out with the Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Part 1.
I watched part 1. That shit was whack as hell, and I got part 2. I haven't watched it yet because 1 left such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, do I even want to see 2?
Of course,
but I'm gonna get around to it eventually. But I'm just not rushing to see it. But DC animation at one point, they was king. They was dropping banger after banger.
Yeah, they fell off. They fell off hard.
Yeah.
The problem is they rely on Batman too much in the animation. I'm not gonna lie. It's too much content. They didn't flesh out. They had a dope ass Wonder Woman movie, and they never did anything with it after. It was just like
that's why I'm so invested in like with the Sandman universe because it's so different from everything else. You know, it's a different side of the different side of DC, and then like getting into Dead Boys, detectives, and stuff. It like doubles down on like the supernatural stuff. It just feels refreshing. And while like shit like Doom Patrol, which I hope we get a new Doom Patrol in this new DC and stuff. So I think that's
I could
very
definitely see him
fascinating
doing
team.
it. He loves those quirky kind of characters. I could definitely see him do that.
Yeah, it'd be like the polar opposite of like X-Men, because just how their team is, brought
I think
together
that'll
and stuff like
be
that.
a good way to introduce Beast Boy and Cyborg before they do Teen
Yeah,
Titans.
yeah, they can
Well,
just kind of go. They can kind of just do that again, because they were trying to do that with Titans, but
Yeah,
Titans ended up being what it is. Some people still love Titans, some people hate Titans.
yeah.
I think there's room for a much better, proper version of the Teen Titans and stuff like that, or whatever they want to go with, Teen Titans, or something like that.
The lady that's writing Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is writing the Teen Titans film. So once we see that Supergirl movie, then we'll see like the quality of this Teen Titans film gonna be.
Yeah, I'm liking what James Gunn is doing. He's taking his time thinking of these different stories, not just kind of like throwing bullshit out. We still gotta wait till these products come out, but it seems like
Yeah,
he is planning this out a little bit better than Marvel. Well, I just have to wait and see now.
So are they recasting Supergirl? They're using the same actress that played her in the Flash movie.
no, they recast. They recast.
Recast?
It's the girl from House of Dragon, Millie Alcock, or I think that's her name.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good cast, though. That's a good cast. I'm not mad at
I think
that.
for the version of Woman of Tomorrow, that version is more like edgy. I think she fits perfect.
Okay. Let James Gunn cook. Let the man cook.
Yeah,
and it's good this year too that we don't got so many comic book movies and stuff like that. We only got Deadpool and Joker and stuff like that.
Venom and Craven.
Well, at least it's coming to like the second half, so it's like it's still gonna be a minute before we see them shits. But it's just kind of refreshing to let these other movies get room to breathe. Like it sucks that Fall Guy flopped and shit like that, but that's still a good movie. It's unfortunate that
I gotta go see that.
It was unfortunately Ryan Gosling's not a box office draw, so it was gonna flop. No matter.
Which is crazy because it's like it's a solid movie. But I also chalk it up to promotion and stuff. They didn't really, outside of the theaters and stuff, I didn't really see that much promo for it.
Yeah,
man. No, I'm still check it out though. Yeah, I meant to. Something came up where I didn't get a chance to go see it, but I'm gonna get around to it though.
Yeah, it's a fun film. Definitely check it out in theaters.
Yeah, but it won't be this week though. This week belongs to the apes, so I'm not gonna see it this weekend.
Yeah, got my tickets already, baby.
When you seeing it, Zach?
Friday at 3:40.
Regular or just IMAX?
RPX. I don't really have an IMAX close to me, so the best I could do is RPX.
Can't go wrong with that either.
Cool.
What up, Joe?
What's up?
What's up, brother?
Man, what a clown. I fed my information to everyone. This is a clown. That's how you know he has ghostwriters, because one ghostwriter made him say that, and the other ghostwriter made him say, he's such a clown. So
are you confirming that you're the mole? You're the OVO?
It was me all along.
It was chill all along. That's funny. But it's getting crazy out there, like, saying, like, people sliding on Drake's house and whatnot, and people trying to say, oh, that was Kendrick. I was like, bro,
that was Weekend.
Yeah, it's Weekend with people. That's OVO XO type shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But like Kendrick wasn't lying when he said the embassy about to get raided. That's probably what he's talking about.
That adds a new layer to this. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's no. Look, when you go to the security guard, it was a flesh wound. All of this was just an excuse to be like, I was recording these from my home studio, and that's why now I can't have a diss track to come back. It's gonna buy him like 2 extra days, and then he'll come with. No, wait, it's not his turn. It's Kendrick's turn now, because Kendrick did. Yeah, it's Kendrick's turn.
If I'm Drake, I'm just dropping another one. Fuck it, because it's like y'all not fucking with this hard part 6. I'm gonna drop a banger so y'all can dance.
He said he's going on vacation. He ain't dropping. He tapped out. He's done. He quit.
At the end of the one hard part 6, at the end of that, he was talking like this is over. Like he was giving and they all lived happily ever after summarization of the story.
And that he won.
Well, the vibe I got from that song was like, you're a liar. No, everything you say, you're lying. You're just a liar, Kendrick. None of that happened. You're a liar.
You're nothing but a big fat liar.
You're nothing but a liar.
Coming from the person that doesn't know who he is, you know, he's got a cosplay with XYZ. Like, he's Morph at this point.
The interesting thing about what he's saying though is like, let's look at the same situation but different people. Whitney, Dave Free, and Kendrick, right? We're talking about a promiscuous thing that happened, someone sleeping on somebody. And then look at Lil Wayne. What's Lil Wayne's girl that he was talking about in that one song?
I don't remember what her name
was. But the girl, and Drake was sleeping with her while he was in jail. What Kendrick was blaming Drake for was how shameful of you. There was no homie loyalty there. You in this party, in the three, you are the bad guy. The woman is the bad guy, and the victim, innocent, is Lil Wayne. He's in jail. He's doing nothing, you know. Now here you are, Drake. You're accusing Dave Free step with Whitney. Ha ha, Kendrick. Well, you fucking idiot. That's what you just did to Wayne. So when you're laughing at Kendrick for everything, you're laughing at Wayne because you did the same thing to Wayne, you dummy. No matter if you apologize, get the tattoo, you're not even thinking about that, but because he's not cultured, he doesn't get it. What'd you say, Purp?
He's done that a lot, even with push-ups. So like, how you gonna try to use the 50-50 angle with Kendrick, and that's what Pusha T used against you.
Yeah, he's also signed. We know he's signed to a person that's signed to a person that's signed to a person. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, and then when I thought about it, I was like, what?
Remy Ma said the same thing to Nicki about something on the docket. Remember that one line?
Yeah.
They're all the whole Young Money is being cooked as we speak.
Yeah.
This is the remnants. It's the remnants of Young Money and stuff.
They had a run. It
was nice. Yeah. It was nice.
But yeah, just like Good Chillmonger, like you said, there's so much hypocritical crap inside of that last song that blows my mind. The angle he's talking about Kendrick was molested. I'm like, bro, what?
You completely missed the point of that
song. You're blaming the victim. First of all, he didn't even listen to the song. And remember, I told you that earlier. He's not listening to these songs. Kendrick never said he got molested in that song. He was talking about his mom. So you're just looking at cliff notes and stuff, and then put it in the record, and thinking that none of the fans are gonna go back and listen to it. And everybody's pulling up the receipts, the genius, and saying it never happened. Like they pulled up the line where it said it never happened.
And now, like Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, that's now getting more traction and stuff like that. And you know, it's just everything's working in Kendrick's benefit right now. He's got a smash hit, two top hits. You know, that they're kind of like battling for number one and stuff like that. Not like us in Euphoria, or like at number 1 and 2. So
screen share me, please, because this is the Sheether line that I found, which she was talking about how stop talking numbers. You sign a 360 deal through Young Money, through Cash Money, through Republic. Means your money go through 5 before you touch it. Any video promotions come out of your budget. Endorsement tours and merchandise they finger it. You make like 35 cents off of each ducat. It's the same scenario for Drake. I don't like they signed at the same time. Yeah. They were at the same level. They got the same deal.
Yeah.
Two different two different industry plants. You know,
plants
at the beginning.
I don't know.
I think they're the most successful that work for them.
You know, Nicki Minaj did the rap for Victoria, her WWE entrance.
Oh yeah.
Remember the one? I ain't the lady to mess with. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was her. She's been around.
Yeah, I don't think she's a plant.
I would say that she's still an industry creation, like getting all the surgery done and stuff. There's no way she gets famous without the surgeries.
Yeah. Without looking like a Barbie.
To my Nicki Minaj?
BBL Nicki. Yeah.
Oh my daughter will fight you over that, man. My daughter almost swung on me because I talked about Nicki Minaj, and I'm on fire.
She's a Barb?
Yeah, if that's the name of her clique, yeah. She's one of them. Like, we actually went back and forth because I told her that I like Megan Thee Stallion better. Oh my God, Megan Thee Stallion can't touch Nicki, and she just break it down. And luckily, I don't know enough to go back and forth with her about it. I just said, "Shut up, you're a liar. Megan Thee Stallion's better. I don't care." And her ass is real.
Well, yeah.
And that little heifer wanted to swing on me.
Crazy.
Crazy,
Yo,
man.
the way people are stretching to defend the weird allegations Drake has been doing, like they're looking like Victor Wembanyama on the Spurs, stretching like real far, trying to defend him. Like somebody posted up a pictures like of the 17-year-old girl that Drake kissed, and he's just like, yeah, it wasn't Drake that picked me, it was his people. I'm like, bro, it does not matter.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
This proves what Kendrick was talking about.
You're right.
But Zach, we're gonna give you one more chance to say the name of the basketball player you just mispronounced.
No, I'm not.
What is it?
The Frenchman. I said it out loud. I was like, damn.
It's a double entendre, right?
Double entendre.
But Chill, what is your thoughts on just this overall just conclusion to everything? Like, how would you?
It's over? No. Why would Kendrick allow Drake to have the last word? It's my turn. I have more music.
Kendrick is
I
doing
1, 2, 3,
Peter
4,
Rosenberg
5
thing. He's doing a Peter Rosenberg interview on Monday.
See, it's not over. It still isn't over. Nope.
Is it overkill at this point, or is it just like, nah, fuck it, just keep going?
Nah, because there's people who still think Drake is up, and there's fans of him. So you know what? If
we're looking at you.
Let's go. When it becomes kicking a dead body, sure, then it gets pathetic, right? But it's not there because there's still loyalists going. Kendrick's Drake is winning this. I don't know. He's not making good songs, or the what was it? The mix is wrong. There's still fans of Drake saying it's good.
Hold on. Fuck Vlad. That's all I need to say. Fuck Vlad. Get him out of here. Well, pretty much he's like, go ahead, Chill.
You go.
Now I was just saying, pretty much he tweeted out saying like, oh, I like not like this, but the mix could be better, and people got on his ass like.
Yeah, Vlad. Vlad has zero credibility, man. Sorry.
Yeah, one chick, she was like a professor. She commented on it and like found out that she's like professor in Princeton. And Vlad's like, oh, I'm gonna tell the school on you, pretty much.
I saw that.
And everybody just like fucking was cooking it was just cooking his ass, bro. Like,
I saw that.
And then he said, about yesterday, let me just clear the air, everybody. I was never going to.
Vlad's such a hoe.
Because, dog, when you're already labeled as a culture vulture, man, you have to tread very lightly, man. And Vlad just has this thing of, well, I say what I want to say, and if you speak against me, then, it's just because I'm white. Like, nah, niggas, you whack, man.
But he got Tupac's killer arrested.
Yeah, I give him that.
That's true.
I'm not giving him none of that shit neither. I'm not giving that. He don't deserve nothing.
Oh, Lord.
He's gonna take credit for some shit. Oh.
Now I see Game trying to get into this shit now. I saw Game try to say some shit. Hey, we know what? Hey, I give Game this, man. He'll go with anybody. He don't care. Like, even if he's gonna get cooked, he'll, like, when he went after him, I'm like, dude, him will destroy you. But he didn't give a fuck, man. He went after him.
I'll give one thing. Game has cooked every single person that's beefed with him. Well, you do not want a diss record from that man. I don't know if he could do it with M, but
M was ducking.
Anyone could. If anyone could, it's Game.
I'm saying
M was ducking.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, he's just like, it was a 10-minute diss track. I don't need to respond to
that. Yeah, wait, and they came after Ross, so I wonder what Ross is going to say now, because, Ross, he knows nothing of the back down either, but he don't really come back with rap, so he comes back at Instagram.
Ross just here for the memes, like this clip right here.
You might as well go on Maury Povich and tell your story.
Yo, Kendrick got to give Ross credit for giving him the alley-oop to a lot of the stuff he was talking about. Because Champagne Moments, first of all, was a really good diss record that Drake never responded to. And the whole white boy thing, when I tell you, I was laughing so hard the first time he said it, and I was like, he keeps saying it. And just like, the whole, like, you're saving face, we let you into the crew, you didn't have any friends on the park, so you mixed with the white boy that mixed with the black kid. Like, all that stuff was really great, and it sets up everything that Kendrick says in his records. Yeah.
That's why I say Ross, he don't have to make a track. He'll just get on Instagram and just diss you. So with game coming at him, all Ross got to do is show off. Yeah, I got more money than you. I got wing stops. You got nothing. You know what I'm saying? You overstand. You know.
He's got boss talk. He's got hit with the boss talk.
Yeah.
My house is bigger than yours.
And look, I gotta go back to X. You know, they asked X about Ross. I mean, he all right. You know, you just talk about eating and man, how much can a nigga eat? You know, yeah, you got cars and shit, nigga good for
that
you.
shit was funny as how much can it eat? Nah, that shit was funny. RPX, that motherfucker was funny. But all right, so chill. You think Kendrick will respond? Will he respond with another banger, or will it be what angle does he take, man? Like what type of song does he drop?
He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. He has 10 angles that he could be taking, but I'm sure he's gonna respond because in this video share screen, it's on the channel Hip Hop DX, right? DJ Head was talking. He's sort of like inside information on what Kendrick is on. It's an hour and a half, but I saw it and I remember somewhere near this portion of the second half of the video, he says, in our culture, you don't just get to call it quits and then, okay, well, he gave up. That's it. No, if you fire a shot, I'm going to fire a shot back. So that's why I'm certain he's going to take another shot at him. What could he do, though? I don't know. How much more times can you say the same thing? Is there another issue that you can get on Drake for that we don't even know about? Is XXXTentacion? Is he going to talk about that? Like, what can you do about Drake?
Or just drop another banger and just be like, just like recap everything else. Like, you still want the smoke.
The song, like the musical instrumental, that's a story. Does he use the Degrassi theme song, chopped and screwed, and then make a song about Drake? What do you do? Or the mole? We still don't know who the mole is. Maybe the whole next song is going to be about this is the mole. Maybe he'll do a music video at a restaurant. I don't know.
SSJK dot OVOK dot is the mole.
I think the coolest thing he could do is do like a biography song about Drake, talking about just sum up his whole life and how pitiful everything has been, and how all the accolades is covering up all the sadness that's under there. I think if he could do something clever like that and tie it in and make it catchy, that would be dope. So like he does everything, everything up to, and then he talks about his future.
Dog, straight up 8 Mile, M killing Papa Doc. No subliminals, no double entendres. Just straight up go for the fucking jugular. All right, old school. All right, no metaphorically speaking. No, you claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. You fat mother. Go after him, kill him, destroy him. That's the only way you're gonna get rid of him.
After the shooting at his home, he can do a "Who shot ya" or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Perfect.
He ain't got no love in his own city.
You know what I'm saying? Get him.
But it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes. Now, like, there's this rumor, like academics is talking about, like that Kendrick has this whole deal with Sony, and they got this whole showcase thing coming next week, and that's what and Sony doesn't want him to drop again until then. And then there's another rumor that's going around that MGM, not MGM, Universal or whatever is trying to talk to The Weeknd and Kendrick and said like, yo, this beef and it's kind of hurting our numbers and stuff like that. So we want y'all to kind of chill the fuck out. If that's the case, that's hilarious.
You think Kendrick cares about that? The guy who made his music free to react to and uncopyrighted. You think he's caring about making money right now? No.
That's a straight up hip hop right now, man.
He literally said F the industry. Why would he help you?
Word.
And what does he need? His house is paid. He got every car he needs. His quality of life is the same whether or not Universal makes money. He's got nothing to worry about.
And it's only going to get worse from here because if he is gearing up to release an album and that he goes on tour this summer,
don't forget
he has
the June 16th Toronto show still. The 6/16 Toronto show. He still has that. So we'll see what happens.
That's a tour date too? That was a tour date?
It's not a tour date. It's just literally just a show. He's not on tour. He's just a show. He just announced that he's doing it in Toronto when he dropped 6/16. Like, if he has videos of people in Canada saying OV ho and 69 God, that's the kill. he doesn't even have to make another record. If he has Canada dissing Drake where he's from, what can he do? He was just
because on top of the restaurant, the restaurant, like in that restaurant booming, that like some Keith Lee shit. Like I was like, yeah, that's crazy. But if what you're talking about is true, that's gonna be big.
Yeah.
But since I got you here, chill. What is your thoughts on this image right here?
This right here, right? I think that he's doing this in super speed, and he's not just chilling on the couch. He's moving really fast, and I think it's red underoos. Yeah, of course, there's that. I like how we're not, like we can tell it's red, but at an angle where like it's not poking out kind of thing. And I think like because it's not the point, right? Girls are going to be fawning over that. Well, more than just girls. I think. I think the background intrigues me. Like, what could that be? It looks like a freaking Dragon Ball Z.
I said it's Goku and Vegeta fighting. It's a beam struggle right there. Like,
yeah,
he's throwing a Gallic gun at him.
So I'm happy to see it, right? And he looks like a Superman. I'm fine with it. I'm very optimistic and I'm cheering for it. I'm not rooting for Superman, or I don't have any like Zack Snyder-y culty, kind of I gotta hold on to that, so I can't like this. I have no problems with this.
So you like the suit and everything, just how bright and vivid it looks.
Yeah,
you can actually see the blue.
We remember.
Doesn't look like a fucking toy.
Yeah. Looks good. Like the son of Jor-El. Huh?
Now I asked Zach this. Now he thinks that the first teaser trailer is going to be in front of Deadpool 3. What do you think? We see that first teaser trailer.
Oh, that'd be a great idea. But will it have been finished filming by then? Yeah, it will. Yeah.
Or at least
you don't have to finish the whole film. You just need the trailer shots.
Just the teaser, yeah, just the teaser. Yeah, just like they did with Batman v Superman right in front of Age of Ultron, because they wasn't done with that either. And they dropped that right before that movie.
Or the Batman. Y'all remember that trailer? The movie wasn't done. That was the first Batman trailer, which was fire. Was the first half of the film.
Mm-hmm. The answer to your question though is no, because Deadpool Wolverine is in July, and this movie's happening in July of next year, isn't it? So a teaser 12 months out, even like the most longest I've ever seen, it was probably Star Wars when they were doing The Force Awakens. I think we saw that teaser 10 months out. I've never seen something longer than that though.
But what if the teaser is right? It's a classic teaser, right? It's just like probably like a 10-15 minute trailer. You hear the Superman theme song, whatever the fuck it's gonna sound like, and then you just have David Cornsweet just, him about to change into a booth or some shit, like, and you just see him reveal the shield shit or whatever, the Superman logo.
You're asking me what if it is possible to do the most perfect 12 months out teaser trailer ever? Yes, it can happen. It's just like I'm just showing you how unlikely it is, comparing it to The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Come and think about it now. Yeah, 10 months is usually like the longest they'll go. As far as like showing a teaser or whatever, it's usually 10 months out.
Yeah, unless something's delayed. That's the only time where it's like it's over a year.
Well, speaking of the theme, I wonder if they're going to keep the same the OG Superman John Williams theme. That would be dope.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's doing the music.
Yeah.
What would you
do? Or do like a variation of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, give us that nostalgia of John Williams, but then like update it.
I think updated version is the best way to go. Don't take the same thing and everybody's gonna start thinking about Christopher Reeves.
Yeah. Just give it just should be like very James Gunny, not like goofy or anything like that, but just something that just be like, oh man, I think they want to kind of capture that Christopher Reeve type of vibe of just like, oh, this is gonna be a hopeful Superman. It's not like the dark, depressing, moody shit that we got with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, like it don't have to sound exactly like it, but just give us like a variation of it where it takes you there. Like it makes you think about John Williams, but then it's like, okay, this is his own thing, which is be kind of hard to pull off. But
what show would you say you're excited for the Superman movie?
Yeah. Period.
What excites you about it?
Yeah. Duh.
What excites you the most about it? That's just like
red underwear.
That we're finally just getting some more Superman content, or
no? It's basically because the old is gone. The new is done by somebody competent, and we're starting with Superman. We're not starting with freaking Booster Gold. We're starting with Superman. Yes, you get it. That makes sense to me. And he's a loved character. He's good. You know, he's a superhero. He's a good guy. And
he's like the first main superhero. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the OG.
And about the music, remember the Rocky theme played during Creed, even though Creed has his own musical identity.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
My mouth. I was just thinking that.
So it could be done. When we say a variation of the Superman theme, he can have his own Superman theme, or they can call it the flight theme, or whatever they want to call it, right? But they will play the John Williams Superman theme.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'll say that DC's always had over Marvel is soundtrack. Soundtracks always are hard, but no matter what the movie is. Even Suicide Squad, which was not great, had great music. So like, I trust that they're going to continue that tradition. I think what you're saying is a great idea. I think maybe because this is going to be like a year 2, year 3 Superman. I think it'd be a great idea for him to have like his own theme, and he struggled throughout the film. And then when he finally like not struggling, hit him with the John Williams.
You make a like a remixed version of it a little bit, like that John Williams.
Kendrick to rap on it.
They not like us, like.
Oh no, the good guy Lex Luthor would be like, those Kryptons, they not like us.
Oh, I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that's gonna be hilarious. I'm excited though.
Doing that already.
I would say I'm excited for this movie because it's like, there's gonna be so many different characters. Even though I don't think those characters are going to really play a huge major factor. They're just going to be there to be like, oh, these characters exist in this universe and whatnot. Just kind of giving you an introduction and whatnot. So,
and wait a minute, isn't the Fantastic Four dropping like right before Superman?
Like 2 weeks?
Yeah,
2 weeks before.
Ooh,
2 weeks before, after
DC, we have a Marvel DC face-off. The first family of Marvel versus the Man of Steel. That's going to be interesting.
July 25. Fantastic Four, July 25.
Okay, so it's got like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Aren't they both July?
Yeah, Superman Legacy is July 11.
I could see a scenario where DC probably moves up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they'll probably move up until June.
Is there anything?
Or if they really want to do some fly shit, take that May spot.
You know what? Let's get a Barbenheimer going. Just drop on Fantastic Four Day. How about that? Let's see what's going on. Who people want to see? Pedro Pascal or David Gordon?
Nobody wants to see Pedro. I don't want to see no Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic.
Nah, I'm not excited about that at all.
I'm super excited for that movie. That
I'm gonna watch it, but it's just like Pedro.
No, I don't know, man, because I love the Fantastic Four comic books growing up, man. But as far as the movies go, with the exception of the 2005 one, they just can't get that shit right, especially Dr. Doom. So I just got it in my head that they're never going to get the Fantastic Four right. I just, I don't want to go in with expectations and walk out mad all over again.
That was Fox.
I didn't hate the 2015 one because it was like Doom was like popping people's heads off. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing.
That's not Doom, though, man. That's not Doom. No, that's not Dr. Doom.
I was fucking with it, though. I was like, oh, damn, we turned this shit to like a horror movie right quick. Like, popping people's heads like pimples. Like,
nah, fuck that movie, man. Shit, not 94. They got 94 Doom right better than that. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
You said was Zach? You said what other comic book? What other we getting Venom 3?
Yeah, Venom Last Dance, Craven.
I have more faith in Craven than I do in Venom.
Huh? Okay.
I don't know about that.
Me neither.
Yeah. Just based off the last Venom. You said what?
You're really living up to that 420 gimmick.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like Craven's gonna be a better movie than the Venom movie.
Yeah, we understood you the first time.
You don't think you think Venom's gonna be better?
I think Venom, they got a guy who already knows his character. There's a world that's invested in, less setting up to do.
All right.
Yeah, we'll I mean, the Venom movies are bad. They know they're bad. So, I just expect some dumb fun with Craven.
I'm gonna try to bet on that. I'm gonna bet on that. What's that website? Whenever you can bet on movies now.
I feel like that's one of the most confident bets I can make. Don't be better than Craven. Yo, just for the trailer with the tiger blood getting into him, and that's how he gets his power.
Like, not the tiger blood.
What the hell is going on here? Like,
call him Charlie Sheen.
Yo, Charlie Sheen. Oh no, I can see it already. The memes.
Jesus.
Yeah,
well, speaking of Spider-Man, what's the deal of the new Spider-Verse movie? So that's been delayed indefinitely.
Yeah.
For the most part.
That's it. Damn.
That's crazy.
I think it's gonna come. I think it's gonna drop in like 2026 or something.
He's so old.
Come on, you can't do that, man.
Drop it next year. You know what? Drop it the same day Superman comes out.
Because then they do Across and Beyond at the same time. Like, did they or?
No, it took them like 12 years to do Into the Spider-Verse, and then they jumped right into Across right after. But they already had the basis of it.
Mm.
What are they waiting for? Do they want to know that there's like a kids movie that's flopped, and then they go, perfect, now's the greatest time to release because we know like the audience is yearning for a kids movie? Are they gonna wait for Disney to do a shitty movie and then okay, boom?
But they'll probably wait for Spider-Man 4. Drop them both in the same year.
Fuck out of
here. It was delayed because of the writer's strike. All the people who had to do the voice acting had other roles they had to leave the project for.
Oh, so scheduling.
Yeah, like Haley Steinfeld had to go do some MCU stuff. Shamik Moore had a movie. Oscar Isaac has a couple movies already lined up. I know he's doing a vampire movie coming up. He also has MCU work
doing vampire movies.
It just came back out of nowhere. I don't know why. There's a lot of famous actors in that cast, so I think they all just have projects.
Well, to prevent that, they should have shot them both at the same time, so there'll be no delays. You can just drop one that year, like Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings. You should have shot them both at the same time. So now we wouldn't be in this shit. You can't just Empire Strikes Back us and then make us wait 5 years for the next one. That's some bullshit.
I think that's going to be more common because, like, I look at things like The Strangers and how they went about that. How that's like one big ass movie, but they're just chopping it up into 3 parts, and like they're releasing it. Like, all right, Chapter 1 comes out this month, Chapter 2 comes out in October, and then Chapter 3 comes out. You know, I think, like. Certain movies they need to just shoot things back to back depending on the circumstances, but I feel like that we might see more of that, like more studios kind of doing that.
It makes sense because, like you said, just in case a strike happens or whatever, so at least we know, okay, we got this movie done.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see studios go back to more traditional release schedules. And Universal's been doing it and has been working with their films. Warner Brothers is starting to slowly get into it, and I see Disney's probably going to start. They realize the whole trying to compete with Netflix was not a good idea. No one can compete with Netflix because they have the business model. They don't have a brand. Like Disney has a brand and they can't really expand too far out of it. I know they just added Hulu, but even then, I don't know how well that's going to work with families. HBO has a brand, is a certain type of content you go to HBO for. Netflix can do every single thing they're doing and no one's ever going to be mad about it. They can go get you the international rom-com. They can get you the Australian drug movie. They can get you the action movie from Poland. They could do all these different things while doing American films. Disney can't, they're trying to get Dragon Ball Z. That's mad old. They can't.
Really?
Yeah, I think they got the rights to do a movie or something like that.
They got Bleach.
They got Bleach. I don't see a lot of people waiting to watch Bleach on Disney Plus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain content. Yeah,
I know they don't really even promote their anime stuff that like they get the streaming stuff for, and it's just like, what are y'all doing? It's like you should be promoting these shits. Like these are good, like great titles. But if it was on Crunchyroll or Netflix, you'd get all the promo shit like.
Or even just Hulu regular,
Yeah.
I think if I was in charge, I could make Netflix and Disney Plus. I make Disney Plus complete with Netflix. I would have like a host of Netflix. Sorry, a host of Disney Plus. As in, you turn it on and there's this character on screen because it's Disney, right? Characters. One day you'll make a movie with this character, but so far he's just having fun on the screen. Hey, click on this kid, click on that, and then if you go to the adults kind of section stuff, that character's dad would be on the screen, and he'd be right here, right in the corner of the screen, and he'd be like, "All right, you want that? You want that?" And he'll give like a little bit of a and you can have like characters on screen. So at least that scrolling process is fun. That's cool.
That makes sense. And this is why people like you need to be in these board meetings, because they just, why is that not a thing? Why is it not more colorful, more cartoony, more Disney? This should be every time you touch something, sparkles should come out.
Because they're thinking, let's do a streaming
people
service.
Love that shit.
What would it look like if Disney had a streaming service? I just told you what it would look like, but they're not thinking that.
No. Like even little things that Netflix does with certain series, like with the little intro and stuff. Like your Stranger Things will be a completely different like kind of intro in the beginning and stuff. Like get like fucking lightning and thunder effects and shit like that. Like, oh shit! I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, that's dope. Do that more often.
It's crazy that Netflix takes care of their bigger franchises better than the other studios do.
Damn.
Like they're never gonna flop on Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, Ozark, all these things that are their originals are heavy hitters. Like even like Orange is the New Black went for 8 seasons. They made sure that shit was tight.
Right.
Their actors aren't coming out talking shit about them like Disney is. Like why are all these MCU actors complaining?
One Piece is gonna have like 20 seasons. Ready for that?
Yeah, Disney. I heard Disney runs a tight ship, man. Like if you sneeze wrong, they'll fire your ass. Disney don't fuck around.
Yeah, man. We'll just have to wait to see all that. But start to wrap this up. Final thoughts on this Kendrick and Drake saga coming to an end, Rashad?
Yeah, Kendrick just needs to give him the final knockout blow. Like I said, the Eminem Papa Doc final battle, just destroy him so he can't come back. And I think that's what's gonna do it. If you keep doing this tit for tat shit, and it's never gonna be over. Go for the jugular, rip his fucking throat out. The end.
All right, Zach. Final thoughts.
Kendrick's brother-in-law came on Twitter and said that his brother never hit his sister. Basically, like he did Kendrick. He said, "I would never be promoting him, and if he hit my sister, I would want him dead." So all that shit is just like Kendrick. I mean, Kendrick wins. Like we have somebody from the source, coming and defending and stuff like that. I don't think her brother would lie. Like, why would he do that? If this would be the total time, like, yeah, he's an abuser, get him out of here, ruin his career.
They'll probably say, he signed the NDA or some shit, or people like to use that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just like these little girls signed the NDA for Drake. But I think that this was one of the best rap battles we ever had. I think we got one of the best. We got two of the best diss tracks. No, sorry, 3 of the best diss tracks ever out of Kendrick, and this just showed how much of a fraud that Drake is. That's just my general feelings.
Okay. To the Canadian, how do you feel?
I'm eager for this Rosenberg interview. I feel that Kendrick needs to clear up this colorism discussion because it's just like a fake argument people are using. And something slipped my mind, but it is what it is, man.
People are trying to turn that into like something else, like with the in the Euphoria joint where he saying something about women and stuff. Somebody said, "Oh, they almost try to make it like some transphobic shit." I was like, "Bro, how the fuck did you even put those two things together?" I was just like, "All right, yeah, y'all not listening." But yeah, this was a great back and forth. This is probably like the best week of hip hop of all time. Just a week, just all these diss tracks. Got great music out of it. It's gonna be interesting to see what Drake does next. Like he's gonna probably take a year off. Like he's gonna disappear for like a year. We're not gonna hear enough from him. I want to see if Kendrick gonna drop another album or something like that this year. Goldman's on tour. What's gonna happen next? Who's gonna be beefing next? Because we're not even halfway through the year yet, so there's still a lot of dope albums on the way and stuff like that. But I appreciate people that tuned into this live. My next episode, Just pay attention to my community tab. I'll let y'all know. For the people that checking out the replay, appreciate y'all too. But until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.